Variety. Okay, I'm doing that. Now this is hard. I'm doing great. I've done a lot of movies. Nobody fucks with the Jesus. Well, that's a very easy one. That's from the Big Lebowski.
Nobody fucks with the Jesus.
That's a movie that's really become so popular. It was not that popular here. In Europe, in certain countries, it was popular. It is a film that I have to say that I know a guy who's a general, and he said that soldiers, when they serve and they go into dangerous territories, they take DVDs with them, and The Big Lebowski is the favorite. Okay, you want to be worshipped? Go to India and moo. Wow. You want to be worshipped? Go to India and moo. Comedy? Transformers? Comedy, you want to be worshipped. Adam Sandler comedy? What did I do? Wait, Unstrung Heroes? No. I mean, what did I do in '94? Oh wait, it can't be Quiz Show. It was Quiz Show? That's '93. He threw me off there. You want to be worshipped? Go to India and moo. Yes, Herbie Stemple.
You want to be worshipped? Go to India and moo.
Even though I missed that line, I love doing that movie, and that was a big experience for me. I used to do this warm-up on the set, go like this. So I could sustain talking, in a higher register. But when I heard him talk the original time, I was like, oh my God, I was like, he's fantastic, And I loved working with Robert Redford. He was a very, very fine director, wonderful physically moving you around, and we had a great relationship. He was always kissing me and stuff like that. I was like, I love this guy. I said, I never thought I would like him as much as I did, but he really was. And then I used to kid around with him a lot. I would read it in like People magazine and then make believe that I had talked to, Meryl Streep or someone, saying, I heard you're a great kisser once. He had his arm around me. He said, who told you that? He was like feeling his chest. He was like, really? And I was like, I got him in the palm of my hand. But he was great. We had a wonderful time. Well, fuck you too, and fuck Michael Jackson. Do the right thing.
Well, fuck you too, and fuck Michael Jackson.
He does say before that, fuck Frank Sinatra, so that's my response to him. I say a lot of incendiary things in the film, and but when I said that in this 25th anniversary, the whole audience responded, and John Kelly, the producer, came over to me and said, John, you just keep raising the ante, Anyway, that was the beginning of a beautiful friendship between me and Spike. You had to really kind of earn everyone's trust to be able to do that kind of character. It was not easy at first, but I wanted to do that character because I thought that's what the film was about. It's one of the few films where you're dealing with a lot of racism, and it's not with good guys in hoods. It doesn't have the Ku Klux Klan. All those films I made with Spike, a lot of them explored that. Jungle Fever, I got to explore the other side of someone who was open-minded. And Variety says, do not seek the treasure. Oh, brother, where art thou?
Do not seek the treasure.
Once again, I play a Southern, uneducated guy. And maybe because I'm Southern Italian, I have a certain affinity for playing Southerners. That was a blast of a film to do. I did wear fake teeth on the bottom. Whenever they didn't know what to do in a scene, they would just ask me to show us your teeth, John. So I'd do this like King Kong type of thing. Once again, that film became even more popular after it came out. It did all right because of the soundtrack. Then people really caught up with it. And it's, I consider that a family movie. So far I'm doing great. But I could plummet. This could happen. Ready? All right. The guy's a chump. What did he do? He beat me one night. I'll put the 9-ball up both your asses. That's from The Color of Money, because the 9-ball is in The Color of Money. I'm saying that to Paul Newman, one of the best-looking actors ever.
The guy's a chump. What did he do? Beat me one night. I put the 9-ball up both your asses.
We rehearsed the entire film with a video camera, but when we shot the first day, I guess I was nervous and I did too many movements putting my jacket on. Scorsese seemed to be really nervous too. And he came over to me and said, that was great, John, that was great. But he said, the next time I'm gonna do one more take, and I want you to just put your coat on. And I said, I'll just put my coat on. I got you. And he was just telling me to relax. I confided to him, I said, you know, I look at Paul Newman and I see like every movie. He goes, you think you're nervous? He goes, I have to direct them. He goes, I see every movie too. Of course, he knows every single movie from The Silver Chalice on. Paul Newman was lovely, lovely, lovely person. And I got to know him a little bit more after the film and during the film. And he was a very humble guy. He told me it took him 25 years to learn to relax on camera. And so handsome. Okay. Variety. Okay, I'm doing it. So far, so good. Okay, ready? Yeah, I gotta tell you, the life of the mind, there's no roadmap for that territory, and exploring it can be painful. This sounds like that egghead Barton Fink.
I gotta tell you, the life of the mind, there's no roadmap for that territory. And exploring it can be painful.
Obviously, I did this when I was quite young. And we won all these awards at Cannes for it and everything. And yeah, I won a lot of awards for that. But I thought no one would see that movie, you know, because it was such a strange movie. But there's a lot of eggheads in our business. All right. Or you little punk. I'm not playing for the thrill of fucking victory here. I owe rent, alimony, child support. I play for money. That is from Rounders, and I am telling that to Matt Damon in a steam room. I owe rent, alimony, child support. I play for money. He's one of my favorite American actors. He really is. I didn't know that he would be, and I know this is not about Matt or whatever, but I love his work. And I did the Good Shepherd with him also, and he's a beautiful actor. That's another movie that did so-so. And then with gambling on ESPN, you know, people come up to me all the time, Joey Knish, you know, we love you. And I'm like, oh yeah, Joey Knish, yeah. Ready? Variety. The hideousness of that foot will haunt my dreams forever. Mr. Deeds. The hideousness of that foot will haunt my dreams forever. There were two roles in Mr. Deeds. There was the gardener, who was the guy who was going to inherit the money, and there was the butler. And they were thinking about maybe for me playing one of the bad guys or something. And I said, I like these two small parts, could you make them one? And Adam was thinking along the same lines. They let me do whatever I wanted to do. So I said, I'm gonna design my wig. I want a wig. I want to look like a bullfighter, even though I'm a butler. And I want to have this kind of very foreign accent. And I watched Fantasy Island to ape Ricardo Montalban because I loved the way he talked. There was a certain way. And also playing a butler. These are great roles throughout theater history. You know, they're the people, the fool, the butler, the maid, the servant. They know what's going on. And then we shot at Madison Square Garden, and I'm an ex-basketball player, and Adam is a basketball fanatic. And we played full court at a lunchtime, and I had a wig on. So I had to put a headband around my wig, and I played full court with that wig at Madison Square Garden, and it was a thrill. And variety. I'm gonna give that fucking scumbag a serious headache. May God strike me dead if I don't waste him. Now this is hard, this one. It's not Batman, no. It could be Sugar Time? No, it's not Sugar Time. That one I played Sam Giancana. I'm gonna give that fucking scumbag a serious headache. May God strike me dead if I don't waste him. Oh, wait, okay. That's To Live and Die in L.A.
I'm gonna give that fucking scumbag a serious headache. May God strike me dead if I don't waste him.
Billy Freakin was kind of wild, you know, in those days. It was a wild shoot. You know, we shot at San Luis Obispo, you know, and we shot in the most dangerous wing where it was all guys who were in for life. And my advisor on that movie, I knew he was in for murder, And then I asked one of the guards, I said, well, what else is he in for? He goes, oh, well, he's a 3-time murderer. I said, really? He said, yeah, he murdered 2 guys while he was in here. I said, and he's my advisor, right? I said, okay. And a lot of the prisoners were extras, and they would comment upon your performance, like, nah, that ain't good, you know, that's not good, you know. Yeah, that was a wild experience, but I learned a lot. All right, so I got a hint in that, so I can't get 100, I can't have an A+, because I got a hint. Okay, that's hard, 1984, that's a lot. I've made a lot of movies, so I'm doing pretty well overall. Whatever I know, whatever I've done, it's all going with me to my grave. That's Batman. Whatever I know, whatever I've done, it's all going with me. That's a good line, yeah. And I like that scene a lot, because Batman is taking me out after he's captured me, and he's like, I'm not going to tell you anything, you know, a real taciturn character. And I said, if you let me wear these glasses, then I'll do the role, because I want a mask. Everyone else has a mask, I want a mask. Okay, ready? All right. Are we being punished for defying the guidance of the founder? Are we being punished for defying the guidance of the founder? Severance. See, I had to go into my innie, not my outie. I was in outie, but now I'm innie. Are we being punished for defying the guidance of the founder?
Are we being punished for defying the guidance of the founder?
We did the 2nd season, it's coming out. I love the character, wonderful cast, and of course I love working with the apple of my eye, Christopher Walken. I mean, if you have to be in love with someone, you know, for me there was only one choice, and that was Christopher Walken. I said to him, because we've worked together many times, and I've directed Chris, because you have this feeling there anyway. Then you play like, well, I'm in love with this person. You have something to really base it on. So I'm doing pretty good. All right. I've completely lost faith in people doing the right thing. Oh, this is from the room next door. I've completely lost faith in people doing the right thing. That's something I think we all have to live with every day. How greedy are we as a human race? You know, and talking about climate change and how people don't want to change their habits and all. That's a good reason to do a movie. One line like that, you know. And it's interesting when I look at these lines, when I learn lines, I try not to learn lines in the way I'm going to say it. I like to learn a line like this. I've completely lost faith in people doing the right thing. So I just learn it like, you know, the phone book. Obviously, lost faith and right thing are the operative words, but still, you want to kind of inhale it in a way that then you can do it anyway, and not one way. So I never try to prepare it like this is the way I'm going to say it. This was the last question. So I got, what, 97? No, 95? You'll score me, yeah. At least I'm in the A range.